be established.
This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
So it says the earth is given into the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So the wicked is in control of the earth. Who controls the earth right now?
Well, ultimately, the prince of this world, or the god of this world. Literally.
I'm talking about this powers under, it's people, rulers that rule right now.
Right.
Europe
Europe has ruled since the establishment of the Roman Empire.
Right. So you have like your Bilderbergs, your Rockefellers, all those guys. They all go back to the basically to Edom, which is the devil according to the Bible. So they're the seed of the serpent. When you go to
they're Luciferians. They worship.
They are the seed.
Yeah, they worship Lucifer.
I got a precept right here.
Romans 9.
This Amos 1:11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity. His anger did tear perpetually, and kept his wrath forever. But I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the places of Bozrah. So basically, what I'm trying to get at is how he said Edom. They even spoke and said he will destroy Edom because of their transgression. So that's bringing up to you who the true enemy is to us. And we are the true chosen people, the so-called Negroes, Native Indians, and Latinos/Hispanics. Those 3 races of people are all one nation. They make up the 12 tribes of Israel. And from the looks of it, let me ask you this: what's your nationality? I'm saying, what was his race or ethnicity? Like, what nation? Yeah, the father. Say it goes on the father. He plants the seed. Like, you might get genes from your mother, like, look at her color, but the father plants the seed. So, yeah, exactly. So, we're trying to figure out what was he, so I can determine what you are.
Well, I don't know what actual nation that he came from. I haven't got that far because my family, even though I'm dark, is a mixed race. My great-great-grandpa was a pure white man. On my grandmother's side. Right. On my father's side, it was all deep valley. That's the reason why I was
So basically, you'll be a so-called Negro.
Right.
So that means you will be in
my grandmother, and I'm not trying to talk about it. She could stand in the dark place unless she opened her mouth or her eyes, and that's how dark she was.
Okay. Like we said, so-called Negroes, you will be in the tribe of Judah. I'm about to say, basically, you will be of the chosen people that the Lord spoke. He only is for one nation of people, which is the Israelites. He's not for the fake people because of his red. He's for everybody. And he's not for every exactly. He's not for everyone. He's not for every race of people.
According to the knowledge that you have acquired,
so you know how you got kids.
What is it going to take for us to receive the kingdom of heaven as a nation of people for Israel to receive the kingdom of heaven? According to the knowledge that you have.
Well, for me, I believe that I've already received the kingdom of heaven. But I believe in a threefold type situation. I believe in justification, I believe in sanctification, and then finally glorification. So I gotta die. And in death is where I'm gonna actually encounter the real world. Because the spiritual world is the real world. This world we're living in now is carbonate. And everything is made out of dirt. We came from dirt. Everything here is made out of dirt and rock. There's no exception.
You're gonna receive the body. Everybody is gonna be 1/3 of the nation of Israel that gets saved. My question is, from what you understand, what you were taught according to the Bible, how are people going to receive the kingdom of heaven? The kingdom of heaven is going to be established here on earth. What has to happen for us to receive that according to the scriptures?
Well, we have to accept Yahshua as God's son. That's what I believe. Yeah, I believe in Yeshua HaMashiach.
Just like you said,
And I believe that he was the first born of this type of new race that you're talking about, the Israelites. But these Israelites are not going to be made out of dirt. They're going to receive the Ocatarian fire. That's the eternal. That's being in the eternal presence of God.
You're right.
That's the only
Right, but
way.
they're not gonna have to die. That's the only part. They're gonna be saved from
some
death.
will,
Yeah,
some
Because
won't.
America is going to be destroyed, so they're going to be the ones that's going to be preserved from that judgment, from the destruction.
I got it right here.
Some will receive
This
the
is
Ocatarian,
Zechariah.
and some will live
Get
as
Revelation
human
7.
beings
All right, look, this
in
is
the new kingdom.
This is Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, two parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein.
So picture you have a pie chart and it's cut in 3 pieces. And it says two-thirds of the nation is going to be cut off and die. So the majority of our people is going to be killed. It says 1/3.
It's going to
One third, yeah, shall be left. That's 144,000, which is 12,000 at each.
Real quick. Get that real quick.
It's Revelation 7-8, right? I mean, one.
Which one?
Right. And all right. Samaritan, first of all, we don't want to clean this.
Yeah, man.
We not trying to uphold this society. This is all about
Hey yo, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth.
So it's 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, ready to destroy the earth.
All right, holding the 4 winds of the earth, and that the wind not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the serpents of our God in their foreheads.
So that's what I was trying to ask you, because certain people come with their own little doctrines. Like you have some people who say, oh, Israel as a whole, we have to start keeping the commandments together. Then you have some people who say, oh, who had a different little doctrines, but in all actuality, we're not going to get what we're waiting on to receive the kingdom of heaven. Everybody ain't going to get it right, so that's not what we're waiting on. We're waiting on 144,000 for the elect to get sealed, for them to receive the correct knowledge. So our purpose of coming out here is to seal the elect, is to give the 144,000 the correct doctrine and the correct name.
That's it. And that's Yahweh and the Son, Yahweh Shah.
This place can't be destroyed until the serpents get sealed. That's why I'm saying you have the 4 angels standing over the earth, ready to destroy this place.
Yeah, but it said hurt not.
Right. So that's what it's all about, is us hitting these highways and these byways to basically get the people a warning, and so the elect can be sealed. That's what I'm saying. Get Romans 11.
This is Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not upon your own understanding. So by that, you want to keep what it says here in the scriptures. I'm not sure, like you take to read some African Bible. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with it. What I did want to say is, however, you are not of African descent.
Well,
And I can prove that in the
I believe that I'm from.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
I believe that I am a Cushite.
Kush
Let
is a Hamite. If you were a Cushite, you wouldn't even be an Israelite.
Because in 70 AD, we was prosecuted, all right?
Persecuted.
The
Romans.
Persecuted.
The Romans basically ran into our city, and they ran us out and they persecuted us. So we fled into Africa. As you know, Israel is right above Egypt. Egypt is the last country that's inside of Africa, and then Israel starts the Middle East. So we're not even actually connected to Africa. But our people, we fled out of our land. We fled into parts of Africa and parts of Europe because they were persecuted. They came into our land, destroyed them, were sending our people into slavery. So we ran into those other nations because we looked like them. Just like the story of who you call, well, we call them what you say?
Yeshua.
Yeshua. Just like when his parents had to hide him in Egypt when he was a baby, he was an Israelite, but he had to be hid amongst the Egyptians because they were closer in skin tone. So it's the same thing.
Yeah, I understand.
We're
that.
Israelites.
Yeah.
We are two different nations of people. They descend from Ham, and we descend from Shem. From Noah's sons, he had 3 sons. They descend from one son, we descend from another son. So they are even Hebrews.
All right, I got it right here. This is the definition of Ham. It's under the Bible.
And I just want to understand because Joseph had a dream too to tell Joseph to go to the mountain which we talk about Africa. I was just wondering.
All right, so the definition of Ham says the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
Right.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans,
So
and
you hear
Canaanites.
that? It says he became the progenitor of the dark race, but not the Negroes.
That's why you
And
asked
So
me
all
that.
blacks here in America, they consider us Negroes. It says he's the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. So we're 2 different races of people.
Just same color.
It's just the same color.
They can't grow their beard either.
Even Africans, they don't even really derange from different shades of brown. They are sort of in the same complexion range.
And they don't grow beards, and they don't associate they
When have you ever seen an African with the skills of LeBron James or Michael Jordan? When have you ever seen an African that can sing like Whitney Houston or Michael Jackson? You won't get that because we're 2 different nations of people. We're the nation of people made to be the Lord's glory. That's why people so special or so talented, because we're the Lord's special people.
And just like how it's 2 different types of white people, 2 different types of black people, right? I'm just using black just because that's how I know it, but if you ask any African, they don't even like Negroes at all.
Yeah, I know that.
They know that there are 2 different types of people.
Yeah.
They know that they know that we are different race than them, right? So
they're Hamites and we're Shemites.
Yeah, because I got a grandson. He's my daughter flies back and forth to Africa. She owns her own business. It's it's not health food, but it's whole food. And she does that in California.
Do you know where about at in Africa?
Guyana. Yeah, where they're now apologizing to us and offering us land. She went over there and bought 7 acres real cheap. And she has a workshop over there where she makes shoes and purses and things of that nature. Then when she comes back here, she sells those to the Europeans.
we scatter among everything.
Yeah, I mean, we do got our people in Israel. I mean, not in Israel, in like other countries such as Africa and stuff like that.
Our people actually dispersed to all the different lands through
4
slavery.
winds of the earth.
Right. So you have our people.
That's what God is going to bring them back.
Right.
Or
So
the 4 corners.
you actually have our people that look like the other nations, but they're still Israel. So you do have some of our people, a remnant of our people that's left in the West Coast, countries of Africa that didn't get taken into captivity or whatever. But for the most part, those ain't our people. You have certain villages over there where our people are still left over there, like in Nigeria and certain West Coast parts. Like the Bantu, they were Israelites. What's the one who Polite think he said he is?
Keep hearing about that cat.
Igbo, the Igbo, they Israelites. Like it's different tribes like that.
Yeah, I know that they still hold on to the tradition
Yeah, they still keep
of the Bible. They know them by heart.
Right.
Yeah,
And they
watched
still
a
wear the
few
fringes
videos on
and
that.
stuff like that.
That's why you hear blacks didn't sell blacks, the Africans sold our people. There was, even though we was all dark people, we was 2 different races.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, the Africans sold.
So Hebrew Israelites.
Right, sold
That was
us
what
to
it's about. I got
the
you.
Europeans. Yeah, for guns and
Galatians 4:23.
This is Galatians 4:23. But he who was
means clearly guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children until the third and fourth generation. So basically, he's saying how Esau and Edom, well, they basically want Esau being the forefather of Edom. The white people have to pay for the transgressions of the forefathers, like he said, even until the third and fourth generation. So basically, he's not going to forget their iniquity, and they are not guilty of the sins that they committed. And that's also going to how they dealt with it.
Isaiah 14 and 21. Get there really quick.
Alright, this is Galatians 4 and 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
So Jerusalem is actually the motherland. It's not Africa. How they try to say everything.
Yeah.
It actually falls on the same rivers. So if you don't study correctly, you would probably think it was Africa, but Jerusalem is the motherland. That's also where the Garden of Eden was. And that's why the Lord chose that to be a special land.
Yeah, that's his own plot of real estate.
Right.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Now this is talking about Edom. It says prepare slaughter for their children. So they're going to have to pay for what their ancestors did. When their ancestors brought us over here in slavery, and when they invaded our land, it says prepare slaughter for their children, for the iniquities of their forefathers. So they have to pay for the wickedness of what their forefathers did. And they're going to be cut off after 1,000 years of slavery. They're going to be done away with.
I got you.
Period.
On this side, they're going to be destroyed. And in order to be even slaves in the kingdom. Because they're not going to make it straight to the
You're going to have a
kingdom.
portion of our people that's going to be saved to be the rulers of the next kingdom. And then you're going to have a portion of their people that's going to be saved to go straight into the kingdom of slaves.
I got you. And then the other people, that's the 2/3 that we said that's going to be cut off and die on this side, they're going to end up being
They're
the
going to die on
children.
this side
Yeah.
and be reincarnated and come back on the
So
other
they're
side.
not going to be slaves in the next life, but they're going to be the children through the government body. And the elect going to be the government body.
Hey yo, this is Revelation 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear it. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
So all these other nations, they all took us into slavery.
Yeah.
So it says, he that live in captivity shall go into captivity.
He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword.
So this is something that the Lord is actually requiring because they did the same thing to us. So he's coming back to basically recompense us or give us justice. How you hear them saying they want justice for the deaths of Trayvon Martin and these young guys? Well, America is not going to give us our true justice. So the Lord is coming back to give his people justice.
Right.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So this is in the Bible. You know, people don't read that verse now. But it must be done. The Lord is a man of we sin. We broke this law. That's what it all was about.
Yeah.
Man, and when now we coming back to our nationality, and now that yoke is being loosened out. That's how you gotta have it.
Let me bring this up. Let me see. Romans 11 and 8. No, Salakia. 11 and 7 through 9. It says, what then Israel have not attained that which it seeketh for?
So what Israel is seeking for, what our people seeking for is the truth. So it says, what then Israel have not attained what it's seeking for?
It says, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
So the election, the 144,000, the ones who I told you we were out here fishing for, it says, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded, meaning they can't receive the truth.
Okay.
Verse 8, according as it is written, the Most High hath given them the spirit of slumber.
And slumber means to sleep, so he's giving them a spirit of deep sleep.
It says, eyes that should not see, nor ears that should not hear unto this day. So that's speaking even, like, ain't nothing new under the sun. Even to this day, 2/3 are blinded from the truth.
That's what I'm saying.
So they can't be saved.
all
Even
our
if we
people-
try with all our might.
That's what I'm saying. All our people ain't gonna come back to this. They're not gonna get it. Even if we spoon feed it to them, they're not gonna understand it. That's why I said we only out here basically for the ones who was meant for them to get the knowledge. Because it ain't no matter how long we out here and everybody just walk by. The ones who was meant for it to get, they're gonna come by and it's gonna click. It's automatically gonna register.
Last but not least, verse 9. And David said, let their table be made a snare, and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them. So he made it basically the parables and the metaphors that the Bible speaks in is to confuse them who is not meant. But unto the elect,
create a secret, but it's up to a king to do research to reveal it.
Right.
And when he talks about kings, he talks about a holy priesthood and a royal priesthood and a holy nation. That royal priesthood means that those are the only ones, because when Israel were before the New Testament, Israel was never, the kings and the priests were never one. It was never a king and a priest. It was always a priest over here and a king over here. But in the last, when Yahshua comes back, he's going to come back and crown those from the resurrection. And they're going to be kings and priests. One.
Let me bring this up. It says, Jeremiah 17:4, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. And that's speaking on the sin and transgression that we have done.
Right.
And that's kind of going into what I was about to bring out. I'm curious to know, as who taught you the name of Yeshua?
Oh, I researched that and found that out on my own.
Alright, now, I'm not too sure if you know of the Tetragrammaton of YHWH.
Yeah, I do. Yahweh.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get into about the proper breakdown of that name. How you said the letter J was the last alphabet added roughly 600 years ago.
Yeah.
The letter U was not in the ancient Hebrew either. So, speaking on that, as far as Yeshua goes, and Yahweh, that's kind of off, because I don't believe there's an E either. Proper breakdown
Yeah,
would be pronounced.
the E was there.
The proper breakdown, I don't think it's in Hebrew. The proper breakdown would be Yahweh and Yahweh Shah.
Because
It's a meaning
means
behind the name too.
it means he saves.
Yeah. Yahweh Shah means he saves.
Right.
Yahweh
That's the same thing that.
Yahweh means he.
Yahweh is that he is, and then Yahweh Shah, he's the savior, he's the deliverer.
Well, I believe that Yahshua HaMashiach
This Hamashiach.
means the Messiah.
See, we want to break that name out still, because it's important for you to understand that. Because like you heard
Some
that.
brothers,
No.
Some brothers you might notice with these symbols across their garments.
Yeah.
And then it'll probably be the name of the Father or the Son that they got in their garment, but most people won't recognize it. So basically, this is me showing you the Hebrew alphabet and how they got improper breakdowns of the name. So different camps teach different stuff. So the best bigger than Great Millstone, which the only camp out
And
there.
also you have different camps that's using different Hebrew.
Yeah.
Different
He got it. He got it.
We're using Lashawan Kadash, which means holy tongue, but we're using Paleo-Phoenician Hebrew. So
Which Paleo just means
Ancient. Okay.
so this would be the Hebrew that we're using.
And it's also through faith, though, because something you're not gonna be able to prove. It's through faith that we got this name and we believe in this name.
We got the 12 tribes.
No, this is the one that I'm used to seeing.
That's
Yeah, that's
serious.
Assyrian.
But it's stuff that comes before that as well.
But this is the most ancient.
Well, it's not the most
It's
ancient.
not. What is it called? The Phoenician? Is it? Did I say that right?
Phoenician, that's this right here.
Okay, the Phoenicians was the ones that first created the alphabet too.
But it's actually one before that. I can't.
I think it's. I want to say it's 10. I want to say it's more before. But yeah, from the tribe, from the word Judah, Judah means Yahweh thanks. God thanks. The name of the Lord. So you actually have the name of Judah. You actually have the name of the Lord inside the name Judah.
Right.
Because it says Yahweh thanks. That's what it means.
Okay.
Or Yahweh praise. Yeah, he praise the Lord.
That's what Judah means praise. Right.
Judah means God praise the Yahweh praise the name of God.
Right.
So Yahweh thanks. Praise his thanks.
Say Judah in Hebrew means
followed up.
So you still had the YHW race.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the connectors.
Okay. Well, it's
Yeah, man, you gotta wake brothers up on her. That's what we
yeah,
doing.
I'll be
you
doing
know?
some research on that.
Yeah,
when I
man.
get
Real
home.
quick, if you go again, Proverbs 4 and
What's going on?
chapter 4.
I got you. Tetragrammaton and ready.
Proverbs 30.
Proverbs. This was talking about tetragrammaton.
30 and 4. This Proverbs 30 and 4.
I said, remember, I said Phoenician, and then
Right.
Aramaic, and then you got modern people.
Yeah, that's the one that everybody.
They're not in.
Right. That's
Who
the one
have ascended up into
that they're
heaven
teaching now.
or
That's-
descended? Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Who have bound the waters in a garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth?
So the Lord is asking a question. He's saying, well, we know the Most High has created all these works and did all these things. But he's asking a question. He's written in the mystery.
What is his name? And what is his son's name if thou canst tell?
So he wants to know. He wants to know if you could tell the difference. If you know his name, he said, what is his name and what is his son's name? If thou can tell.
Okay. and
He want to know if you could tell. If you would know the
Tell me
difference.
the
What
name.
verse is that?
That's on Proverbs 30 and 4.
Okay. Okay.
One last thing about the scripture, not the scripture.
No, man.
YHWH. He said in the Hebrew it reads from right to left. It
Yeah.
doesn't read from left to right. So that's one thing to look forward to when you actually like studying the Bible.
Yeah, it goes the other way.
Yeah, it goes the other way.
Right.
So that's just like I said, I'm just bringing it out for you.
Because Hebrew reads this way.
Yeah.
It doesn't read this way. Right.
Because we want, hey, yo, these brothers, man, awesome right here, man. Hey, yo, man, we want to wake you up because, I mean, the name you want about, okay, but you want to be saved in that day, bro. And like, I know you probably still like, no, that ain't the name, but man,
No,
I'm
no.
telling you.
I'm sort of like a Marine.
Right. Yeah.
I
That's why I
hear
said.
it,
Yeah,
and
then
then I go
research.
research.
And that's
And even when you do
That's how I
research,
saw it.
go by that in the time of trouble. If you're going through something, see if that name help you. Like, cause something gonna be through faith. You ain't gonna find everything you're looking for on research. Something gonna have to be just strictly belief
Right.
and faith.
Right.
Like, damn, well, that man did do that. I do feel better the next day. I mean, just just do it like one day at a time. Just you know, and like if we gonna
And
be out
it
there
does
Saturday,
matter.
you know.
It does matter too, because some people will say, well, it don't matter because the Lord
It don't
knows.
matter.
But
Yeah.
That's like, what's your name, brother?
Yeah.
Alright, that's like your name being Ed, and I'm walking around calling you Ed.
Or Freddie.
Yeah, or something, anything short.
Yeah.
Anything, it's a different
Yeah.
title, but it ain't the name. You wanna be called Ed. So you wanna be
Right.
called Ed.
Right.
Yeah, kind of.
this is
So I do understand that. I mean, they do say what Jesus knows, but
And Jesus had the mouth.
the thing of it is that, okay, he knows, but say when he was walking around on earth, he was God, he had all knowledge, but they never called him that name while he was walking around. And even after he died, they never called him that name. And after he was raised, they never called him that name. That was a made-up name. Some scholars say it's his nickname.
It's a Greek.
Right, it is Greek. But it's actually Iesous Christos.
Right.
It's not even Jesus Christ.
They
It's
substitute
Iesous
James and
Christos.
Right.
It's
Right.
substitute, yeah.
Because that's in the 1611 King James.
Right.
Version.
That's on the
Right.
right there.
Right.
And they got the apocrypha in between.
Yeah.
This is-
Yeah.
This
That's,
is
They
John.
got that.
This is John chapter 4, and this is starting at verse 22. It says, "Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth." It says, "For the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth." So you have to come with the truth of the scriptures, or else it don't even matter. Or else you
right.
just still being deceived.
It goes back to Jeremiah when he said, I will not hear them.
Right.
Whatever they do.